In order to be buff, you not only want to work out, but you also want to eat right. And unfortunately, there's a lot of mistakes you can easily make. So today, we're going to go over some of the top eating mistakes and how you can easily fix them. Let's get started. The first mistake we're going to concentrate on is diets. Diet is just a way of eating with a deadline. What you want to focus on is staying healthy for the long run. The problem with the diet is, as I said, there's an end in sight. So you're gonna eat a certain way for a certain amount of time, and then when it's done, you're like, oh God, thankfully that's over. And then you're gonna go right back to the way you normally ate. The problem is, your body is gonna go back to the way it normally looked as well. Fad diets can also be unhealthy. If you're doing a certain thing, like you're just eating, let's say, cookies, but you're only eating a few a day, and that's all you're eating, sure, you're at a calorie deficit, but you're not only losing weight, as in fat, you're losing muscle too, and all kinds of problems are gonna present themselves. So you wanna focus on eating healthy for the long run, not just dieting for a shortened period of time.
Well-rounded diet? Hell, I believe in a well-rounded diet. Pizza, donuts, burgers, they're all around, aren't they? Like my belly.
Common food mistake number 2, liquid calories. Now this one can really sneak up on you because you may be thinking donuts, pizza, hamburgers, I've got everything in line, I'm kind of avoiding that stuff, I'm eating it in moderation. All the while you may be drinking your pop or your beer or your sports drink or your orange juice and not even realizing those are adding up. Now we're by no means saying orange juice is bad, even things like alcohol in moderation are bad, but it's exactly that, in moderation. If you're at a party, you've been there for 3 or 4 hours, you've had like 8, 12, 15 beers, whatever, you may have already consumed 1,500, 1,700 empty calories and not even realized it. And for a lot of people, getting rid of those empty calories in the form of liquid calories may be the only thing they have left from getting into perfect shape. You cut that out, and that may be the last thing you need to become a buff dude. So when you're drinking those liquid calories, just take into consideration that they are adding up. So plan accordingly.
I'm dead sexy, and you're the crap.
Common eating mistake number 3. Carbs are bad. Fats are bad. No, they're not. Along with protein, carbs and fats make up the 3 macronutrients we need as humans and buff dudes in order to survive. Did you know that rabbit meat is damn near 100% protein? Well, do you know what would happen if you ate only rabbit meat? No, you wouldn't be a giant rabbit. You'd be dead. Common eating mistake number 4, eating too much healthy food. Yes, healthy food is good, of course it is, but you can fall into certain pitfalls. Like let's say you're in the store and you see a bag of chips, healthy, reduced fat, 50%. 50% less fat, that means I can eat 50% more, right? Well, see, you can easily go into a calorie surplus where you're eating too much healthy food and you're not losing weight or staying in shape because you're just having too many calories, and that leads to excess fat, which is definitely what you don't want. So remember, it's all in moderation. Even when you're eating healthy, you still have to track what you eat because you don't want to be eating too much of it. Unless you're doing a bulk, that's a whole nother story. But we're talking about being buff dudes, not bulk dudes. Common eating mistake number 5, going all in and going way too hard. One of the most important things you gotta remember is you don't wanna burn out before the race has even begun. If you've been living a somewhat unhealthy lifestyle, or maybe just a lifestyle where you're not getting proper eating or exercise habits, you don't wanna be driving down the highway at 80 miles an hour living that lifestyle and then turn the steering wheel as hard as you can in the other direction, because you're gonna crash. That's exactly what's gonna happen. If you try to change that lifestyle around, you go all in. Okay, I used to have hamburgers and donuts, all I'm gonna have is kale and quinoa now. You're gonna burn yourself out because you're gonna get sick of that taste, and you're gonna have that weekend where you go, oh man, I just need to go back to that lifestyle, at least for one day. You're gonna eat way too much, crash and burn, and you're gonna fall right into bad habits. So if you're trying to change your lifestyle, do it slowly, once again in moderation, baby steps. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna be way worth it in the long run.
Now let's forget about this buff dude bullshit for a second and do one of my mistakes. Going to a fast food joint for a salad is like going to a prostitute for a hug. It just ain't right.
Common eating mistake number 6, condiments. Yes, that grilled chicken you just made, that's healthy. the 3 pounds of barbecue sauce that you just sprayed all over it, well, that adds up. Remember, once again, dudes and girls, moderation. It's really important. If you're making chicken, you're making burgers, whatever, and you're giving it a nice solid bath in oil and then you're eating it, you gotta remember the oils as well. You can't just go, well, I mean, I just ate lean beef, I'm fine. You gotta have everything to go along with it, just like the liquid calories. Condiments are totally cool, but once again, you gotta keep track of them. They're not a free ticket.
Moderation? Huh. You mean to tell me if I go down to Billy Bob's Chicken Shack, order myself up a triple stack, double stuffed, cheesy dog mega dip, but get a Diet Coke, even everything out, I'll be okay? Huh. Moderation, my friend.
Common eating mistake number 7, supplements. This one kind of goes right in line with our going all in and going way too hard mistake. Because with supplements, it's easy to look at the magazine advertisements, look at that buff dude on the cover and go, oh man, this guy, I want to look like that guy, and it looks like he took this supplement to get there. Well, you go out, you buy $300 worth of supplements, you start taking it every morning like you should, and you kind of feel like you're spinning your wheels. You're exactly where you were. I mean, why isn't the magic dust happening? Why am I not a buff dude? Well, because you need to focus on the fundamentals, which is eating and working out. Yes, supplements can be great as a supplement, but you're always gonna have to put in the hard work. There's no magic ticket or potion that's gonna automatically make you a buff dude. Common eating mistake number 8. But eating healthy food is expensive. Well, so are the medical bills from diabetes. With eating healthy, you also have to eat smart. Yes, going to the boutique, all organic, non-GMO stores are going to be a little pricier. That's their corner of the market. They know they can charge a little bit more for those prices. But doing things such as attending your local farmer's market, buying in bulk, freezing a lot of it, purchasing a slow cooker to make your meals for the week, those can really cut costs and you can live a very, very healthy lifestyle for relatively cheap. You just gotta plan it out and kind of have a little bit of, like I said, a plan when eating healthy. Common eating mistake number 9, not looking at the nutritional facts of the food you're purchasing. Those nutritional facts are there for a damn good reason, but they can also be really tricky, so you gotta watch them. Hey, this only has 100 calories per serving, but then you look at the serving size and there's 25 servings. So you gotta keep that in mind. The whole box isn't magically just have 100 calories. They're just saying that to entice you. It's the same thing with the ingredients. If you look at the back and you look at the ingredient list, and one of the first ingredients is enriched white flour, or one of the maybe first or second ingredients is sugar, you gotta take a better look at what you're purchasing, because if those are the first ingredients, then it's probably filled with no good. So remember that, dudes and girls. Pay attention to the nutritional facts. It's gonna help you out. Learn it, live it, love it. Common mistake number 10, availability. This one goes in line with what we were talking about buying healthy foods so you can buy them in bulk or make your food to last a whole week. By doing this, you have healthy foods available at all times. What's gonna happen if you've had a long day at work or school, you're really hungry, and you get home and there's nothing to eat? You're gonna run to the local convenience store around the corner and you're just gonna grab whatever you can because you're hungry. And then all that work, all that week you spent, well, it's down the gutter. And don't lose hope. That doesn't mean all hope is lost by any means, but you can just develop a bad habit of doing that. So remember, keep some good healthy food available at all times and you'll have less of a chance to fall off those tracks, go out and eat that unhealthy food whenever nothing's available in the house. All right, that wraps it up. The top 10 common food mistakes that you should avoid. Now, I know we just scratched the surface of these things, dudes, and there's a lot more. So if you have any good ones that we didn't mention, feel free to mention them in the comments below. And until then, keep eating healthy, keep working out, and keep staying one step closer to becoming a buff dude. We'll see you later, dudes. Stay buff.